students. Hope all of you are doing good at your home, safe and healthy, and also following the lessons which are being uploaded in the YouTube channel of Education Department. बच्चों, मैं आशा करती हूँ कि आप सभी अपने घर पर सेफ होंगे तथा YouTube में अपलोडेड किए गए वीडियो लेसन्स को फॉलो कर रहे होंगे और साथ में अपनी पढ़ाई जारी रखे हुए हैं. So today in maths class, what are we going to deal with? Any guesses? No, it is not numbers. Neither it is anything about mathematical operations. Then what are we going to learn in today's maths class? We are going to explore the world of shapes. जी हाँ बच्चों, आज के गणित कक्षा में हम आकारों के बारे में पढ़ेंगे. हम उन्हें मापने के तरीके के बारे में पढ़ेंगे और सीखेंगे कि विभिन्न प्रकार के आकार कौन कौन से हैं. So welcome to today's maths class of class 6, which is the 5th lesson of your NCERT textbook, Understanding Elementary Shapes. As the word suggests, understanding का मतलब होता है समझना, elementary which means प्रारंभिक या basic, and shapes जैसे कि मैंने बताया आकार. तो कुछ प्रारंभिक आकारों के बारे में हम समझेंगे, सीखेंगे, उन्हें मापने का तरीका. So let us start with the basics of geometry, the basic elements of geometry. Let's start with the first one, that is point. हिंदी में point को हम बिंदु कहते हैं. What does a point refer in geometry? A point represents a location or a fixed position. A point is dimensionless. Dimensionless का मतलब होता है इसका length, breadth या height नहीं होता है. And a point is denoted by a single capital letter and by using a small dot. एक point अगर हमें दिखाना है तो this is how we represent in geometry. And how do we name it? By using a capital letter of the English alphabet. You can use any capital letter of the English alphabet to represent a point. This is the first basic element that you should know in geometry. Now the second one. The second one here that we are going to learn is line. Now that you know about point, when you have a set or a collection of points which can be extended indefinitely in both the directions, then it forms a line. बहुत सारे बिंदु अगर हमारे पास हैं और हम इन्हें जोड़ते हैं और इसे हम दोनों डायरेक्शन में अगर एक्सटेंड कर सकते हैं तो वो क्या बनाता है? इट फॉर्म्स अ लाइन. और हिंदी में हम लाइन को क्या कहते हैं? रेखा. सो दीज आर एक्चुअली कलेक्शन ऑफ पॉइंट्स, सेट ऑफ पॉइंट्स विच व्हेन जॉइंड फॉर्म अ लाइन. और यहाँ पे आपने देखा है कि एरो बना हुआ है, दैट मीन्स इट हैज इनडेफिनिट लेंथ. इट कैन बी एक्सटेंडेड इन both the direction. Now how do we denote line? कोई भी दो बिंदु के यहाँ पे हम capital letters use करके denote करेंगे and when we write it, we will write it as AB और जो symbol use होगा double headed arrow होगा. Clear? तो और एक तरीका है line को represent करने का. You can also represent it by using a small letter and I can write it, name it as line M. Usually हम ये तरीका ज़्यादातर नहीं use करते. Mostly the way of denoting a line is by using two capital letters and the symbol is a double-headed arrow. Now the third basic element that you are going to learn in geometry today is line segment. As the name suggests, line segment. Segment का मतलब क्या होता है? It is a part of a line. So when we define line segment, we say it is a part of a line which is bounded by two end points. यहाँ पे आपने बहुत सारे points देखे. कोई भी अगर हम दो point लेंगे और उसके बीच में हम एक line खींचेंगे, so then it forms a line segment. और line segment को हिंदी में हम रेखा खंड कहते हैं. So because it is a specific boundary, that is these 2 points I've taken and the specific distance between these 2 points I have taken. This distance will be called the length of the line segment. It will be called the length of the line segment. And how do we denote a line segment? Same way like a line, we use 2 capital letters. But here you will see that the symbol will be, you can see a line and 2 endpoints. That is, I have not used the double-headed arrow. So today we have learned about point, line and line segment, which I am going to sum up now. Point. A point represents a location or a position. A point is dimensionless. A point is denoted by a single capital letter of the English alphabet. And in the table you can see how a point is represented by using a single capital letter and how we denote a point. Line. A line is made up of infinite number of points that extends indefinitely in both the direction. A line is said to have one dimension. इसका एक dimension होता है, that is length. और line को denote करने का तरीका मैंने आपको बताया, double headed arrow use होता है इसमें, और आप figure में भी देख सकते हैं कैसे एक line को नाम दिया गया है. And the next one is line segment. A line segment is a part of a line that is bounded by 2 endpoints. A line segment has one dimension, that is length, and it is also denoted by using 2 capital letters. पर वहाँ पे जो symbol हम use करते हैं आप screen पर देख सकते हैं. It is not a double-headed arrow. So students, now that you have learnt about the basics of geometry, point, line and line segments, the next unit that you are going to learn is measuring of line segments. There are 3 methods that are discussed in your textbook about measuring of line segments or comparison of line segments. The first method that is discussed is measuring by observation or comparison by observation. The first method is comparison by observation. And as the name suggests, observation का मतलब होता है कि देख कर बताना. अगर आपके पास 2 लाइन सेगमेंट हैं, आप देख कर आप इंटरप्रेट करेंगे कि कौन सा लाइन सेगमेंट बड़ा है या छोटा है या बराबर है. Let us draw any 2 line segments. So you can see here 2 line segments being drawn, and also you know how to name it now. The first line segment is named as AB and the second line segment I have named as CD. आप देखकर बता सकते हैं कि इन 2 लाइन सेगमेंट में कौन सा लाइन सेगमेंट बड़ा है और कौन सा लाइन सेगमेंट छोटा है, because it is very clear that the line segment AB is smaller than the line segment CD, or CD is a longer line segment. But sometimes if you have a figure which is like this, here in this case it is difficult to interpret or say whether which of the line segment is bigger or smaller. So this method, that is method of observation or comparison by observation, it has an error that accuracy cannot be assured in this method. So we have one more method of comparing the line segments, that is by tracing. The second method is by tracing. Now what is tracing? We trace one of the line segment and compare it with the other line segment. Now how does it happen? For this we have to use a paper which is like this, that is the tracing paper. This is a translucent paper, that means you can see through this paper. These papers are used for tracing figures. So I'll show you how we use this method. The first line segment I have named as AB, and the second line segment I'll be naming as LM. Now, if we have to compare these two line segments, how will we do by this method? We'll use a tracing paper, we'll place it on the line segment AB, okay, and we will trace this line segment. Okay, now in this tracing paper you have got the length of AB. As I've told, length is the distance between the two endpoints. Okay, now this is the length of the line segment AB. Now I'll keep it on LM, exactly starting from L. Now you can see that a part of LM still is left. That means the first line segment that is named as AB, that is smaller. So this method of comparison by tracing, this is a tedious method, you can say. That is, every time you have to compare a line segment, you will have to trace the line segment. And another one error that you can see in this method is, it depends on the accuracy of how you have traced the line segment. So this method is also not considered to be good. So the first two methods which were discussed here is comparison by observation and tracing. The third method which is discussed in your textbook is comparison using ruler and divider. Now all of you must have geometry box at home. आप सभी के पास geometry box होगा. उसमें बहुत सारे tools हैं जिसे हम geometry में construction के लिए use करते हैं, shapes बनाने के लिए use करते हैं. इस lesson में हम उन tools के बारे में भी समझेंगे. तो आज मैं आपको दो tools के बारे में समझाऊंगी. पहला है ruler और दूसरा है divider. And these two tools are used for comparison of measurement of line segment. आप सभी के पास रूलर होगा आपके ज्योमेट्री बॉक्स में. आपके पास जो रूलर होगा वो साइज में छोटा होगा, एंड बट हियर यू विल सी द मार्किंग्स विल बी देयर एट बोथ द एंड्स. दीज मार्किंग्स विल गिव द लेंथ ऑफ द लाइन सेगमेंट, ओके, विच वी आर मेजरिंग. तो यहाँ पे दो जो मार्किंग दिए हुए हैं, इट विल बी द, किसी में आपको देखेंगे कि ऊपर की तरफ में सेंटीमीटर में दिया हुआ है और नीचे की तरफ में जो है वो इंचेस में दिया हुआ है. And usually the construction and drawing of figures we do in geometry is by using in centimeter. तो यहाँ पे आप देखेंगे कि यहाँ पे आपका जो रूलर है, आपके पास भी जो रूलर है उसमें टोटल 15 divisions होंगे. There will be 15 divisions, each of length 1 centimeter. Okay, and if you observe very closely, there will be subdivision. Each division के अंदर में और 10 subdivisions आपको दिखेंगे. And each subdivision will represent 1 millimeter. Now what is this centimeter and millimeter? और इसके बीच में क्या कुछ relation है? That we are going to see now. Now centimeter, you will see that how is it related to millimeter? 1 centimeter, because as I have said, in 1 centimeter you have 10 division. That means 1 centimeter will represent 10 millimeter. 1 centimeter will represent 10 millimeter. Okay, that means अगर मुझे 2 centimeter बताना है तो how many millimeter it will be? 2 into 10, that is equal to 20 millimeter. Clear? तो आपके पास में जो scale है उसमें जो 15 centimeter है उसको convert करना है तो 15 into 10, that means that scale in millimeter is nothing but 15 centimeter or 15 into 10, that is 150 millimeter. Now how do we use a scale for comparison of line segment? Like sometimes you get the line segment which is having a length 5.3 centimeter. 5.3 centimeter, or you are asked to draw a line segment which is of length 5.3 centimeter. Now here this 5.3 centimeter, the first, that is the whole part, it represents centimeter, and the decimal part is actually millimeter that has been converted into centimeter. यहाँ पे मैंने दिखाया है कि 1 centimeter 10 millimeter होगा. तो अगर मुझे 1 millimeter को सेंटीमीटर में कन्वर्ट करना है, कैसे करेंगे? 1 millimeter will be equal to 1 by 10 centimeter. 1 by 10, that is 0.1 centimeter. these are the two conversions that you should know while you are using your ruler of the geometry box. That means 5.3 centimeter. 5.3 centimeter, this is 5 centimeter and this part was millimeter. 3 millimeter, इसको convert करेंगे 3 into 0.1, that is equal to 0.3 centimeter. So now you get 5 plus 0.3, that is equal to 5.3 centimeter. तो अभी आपको 5.3 सेंटीमीटर जब आपको बनाना है तो आप कैसे बनाएंगे? तो आप एक रूलर यूज करेंगे. आपको याद रखना है कि आपको कहां से शुरू करना है, दैट इज द 0 पॉइंट एंड देन यू आर गोइंग टू ड्रॉ टिल 5.3. नाउ मैं थोड़ा बड़ा करके आपको दिखा रही हूं. दैट इज हियर यू विल हैव 0 1 2 3 4 5 6. तो ये जो 5 और 6 के बीच में है, मैंने बताया कितने डिविजन्स हैं, 10 डिविजन्स हैं. लेट अस सी 1 2 3 4 और फिफ्थ वाला जो रहेगा थोड़ा सा ऐसा लंबा दिखाया होगा आपके स्केल में, 6 7 8 9 and 10th one will be the next number. तो मुझे 5.3 means this is 5, this is 5.1, 5.2 and 5.3. तो ये जो पॉइंट है, if I name it as A, this represents 5.3 centimeter. Now how do we use a ruler to compare the length? Now if you have another line segment that is made, now what we'll do? We'll measure its length. Suppose you have this line segment. This I have named XY, LM. इसको मेजर करेंगे. जब इसे मेजर करेंगे हमेशा याद रखें तो फर्स्ट जो एंड पॉइंट है वो 0 पे होना चाहिए और जो जहां पे आपका एंड होता है दैट विल गिव द मेजरमेंट. सो मे बी दिस इज 3 सेंटीमीटर. सो व्हेन वी कंपेयर 5.3 centimeter is greater than 3 centimeter. So this line segment is longer or it is having a greater length. But here also you have some errors that are associated with measuring with ruler, because the thickness of the ruler, it may cause a difference in interpreting the length. And another thing is when you are observing, you have to see that you have to observe from vertically, from the top you have to observe. If you see from the side, sideways, it will lead to raw angular viewing and it will also result in difference in the given measurement of the two line segments that you are comparing. So there is one more accurate method, that is by using a divider. Now what is a divider? In your geometry box you have another one instrument which is somewhat like this. Can you see? Now this instrument resembles to a compass, but it is different from a compass. It is not a compass. You can see you don't have a place where you can insert your pencil. Both the arms are having sharp ends. This is called the divider. And you should be aware or you should know about the different tools that are there in your geometry box. जैसे कि ये divider है, ये आपका एक mathematical tool है और इसे हम comparison of line segments के लिए use करते हैं. दो line segment को compare करने के लिए हम use करते हैं. तो यहाँ पे आप देखिए आपका जो divider है इसे आप इस तरह फैला सकते हैं और एक बात ध्यान दीजिए, यहाँ पे आपका एक स्क्रू होगा, इसे हमेशा टाइट रखिए क्योंकि जब आप कंपेयर करेंगे तो आप इसको इस तरह एक्सटेंड करेंगे, ओपन करेंगे. अगर यहाँ पे लूज होगा तो दिस विल मूव एंड इट विल अगेन रिजल्ट इन एरर. सो जब भी आप कॉम्पस या डिवाइडर यूज करें, यहाँ पे जो स्क्रू होता है आपका उसको टाइट करके यूज करें. नाउ हाउ डू वी यूज अ डिवाइडर फॉर मेजरिंग और कंपेरिजन ऑफ line segment? Let us see. Suppose you have a line segment and you have to compare the these two length of these line segment. So the three methods that we have discussed, observation से भी उतना क्लियर नहीं होता है कि ये लाइन सेगमेंट ए बी बड़ा है या सी डी छोटा है, या फिर ट्रेसिंग मेथड में मैंने बताया कि आपको बार बार वो ट्रेस करना पड़ेगा. तो another one more method is by using the divider. Now how do you use the divider? First you have to open the divider and place the end point of one of its arm at the first end point of the line segment. ये line segment का एक end point है A, okay? तो ये these two are called the arms of the divider. तो आपको A में place करना है and you have to extend your divider, opening your arm and till it reaches the other end point. आपका जो divider का second arm का जो end point है वो आपके second end point में यहाँ पे correctly वो place हो जाएगा. तो उसके बाद आपको ये जो आपने जो खोला है this arc, you don't have to disturb it. Okay? This opening has not to be disturbed. Now, how you will measure the length? Now, this opening will represent what? It will represent the length of the first line segment, that is AB. Now, I will place it on my ruler. And when you place it on the ruler, you have to see that you have to place it from the end that is starting from 0 and the other end at, like if you place like this 0 और दूसरा जो end है वो correctly आपके जो measurement को दिखाएगा. And because it is a pointed end, here the chances of errors will be less. Now you will, after using the ruler and divider, you can write the measurement of the first line segment. For example, the measurement of the first line segment AB must have been 13 centimeter. Okay? Now the next line segment, same way you will do, you will open your divider and you will measure its length. And because it's having a pointed end, you will get the accurate measurement. Now you will keep it on your ruler and see how much it measures. Okay, this comes around to be 10.2 centimeter. So the line segment CD is equal to 10.2 centimeter. Now you can clearly say which of the line segment is bigger or longer, and this method is said to be more accurate as discussed of the other methods. Now the next point that we are going to discuss in this lesson is midpoint. Midpoint, जैसे कि यहाँ पे नाम बताया गया है, midpoint का मतलब, mid का मतलब होता है मध्य, और point जैसे कि मैंने आपको बताया that is बिंदु, मध्य बिंदु. What is the midpoint of a given line segment we are going to see? Midpoint is a point on the line segment that is equidistant when measured from both the ends. Like if you have a point which is somewhere here and this point, and this point I will name it as M, and this point when measured from both the endpoints means from A or either from B, this distance should be exactly the same. Then M will be called the midpoint of the line segment AB. That means this line segment, if I have to name now, I will name it as AM, and this line segment will be MB. AM should be exactly equal to MB. If AM is exactly equal to MB, we will say that M is the midpoint of the line segment A. और लाइन सेगमेंट को कैसे डिनोट करने आज मैंने सिखाया. You have to use this symbol for denoting a line segment. So in today's class we have learnt about three basic things about geometry: point, line and line segment. We also saw about the comparison of line segments by using three methods, that is observation, second was a tracing method, and third one was using ruler and divider. Now we will start with exercise 5.1 of your NCERT textbook. The first two questions which you can see on the screen, they are descriptive questions. I'll read out the question to you. The first question is, what is the disadvantage in comparing the line segments by mere observation? जब हम देखकर लाइन सेगमेंट के लेंथ के बारे में बताते हैं तो उसमें क्या कमी मिलती है हमें. So the answer will be comparing line segments by mere observation may lead to errors due to improper viewing. अगर हम ठीक से व्यू नहीं कर पा रहे हैं, ठीक से देख नहीं पा रहे हैं, तो हमारा जो रिजल्ट होगा, जो लेंथ ऑफ द लाइन सेगमेंट होगा, इट विल वेरी. पहला आंसर क्लियर हो गया. सेकेंड क्वेश्चन इज व्हाई इज इट बेटर टू यूज अ डिवाइडर than a ruler while measuring the length of the line segment. पूछा गया है कि डिवाइडर को यूज करने का जो तरीका है वो रूलर को यूज करने के तरीके से क्यों अच्छा है. क्योंकि मैंने बताया कि जब स्केल जो होता है वो अलग अलग थिकनेस का होता है, तो उसमें रिजल्ट को इंटरप्रेट करने के लिए आपको मुश्किल हो सकती है. सो द फर्स्ट रीजन you can give is thickness of the ruler may lead to difficulty in interpreting of length. और सेकेंड एरर जो रूलर यूज करने से था, मैंने बताया जो आपका पोजिशनिंग है, पोजिशनिंग ऑफ योर आई विच इज कॉल्ड पोजिशनिंग एरर, that if the point is not viewed vertically, then you will have a change in the result. So positioning errors may result in different angular viewing and the length of the line segment may vary. तो यहाँ पे मैंने एक्सरसाइज 5.1 के क्वेश्चन नंबर 1 और 2 कर दिए. Now let us start with the third question of exercise 5.1, which you can see on your screen. Draw a line segment AB. Take any point C lying between A and B. Measure the lengths of AB, BC and AC. And the question is AB equal to AC plus CB? So we'll do the first part, that is draw a line segment. No measurement is given. So we will just draw a line segment and give it the name that is given in the question. Name of the line segment is AB. So I have written AB. Take any point on C. It is not said midpoint. You have to take any point on C. So I will take any point on C. Now the next part that is asked is measure the length of AB. First you have to measure the length of AB. Also you have to measure the length of BC and AC. And you have to say whether AB is equal to AC plus CB. So the line segment we are going to measure by using the tool that is the ruler. So here you can see the measurement of the line segment. I have to remember that I start with 0 and here it shows 14 centimeter. That is AB is here 14 centimeter. Now I have to measure the two parts, AC and BC or CB. So AC here it is 7 centimeter and here this CB is also 7 centimeter. So actually I have made a midpoint. It's not necessary that it comes as a midpoint, but when you measure these two parts and the sum comes to be equal to the length of the given line segment, then you can say that the total line segment AB is equal to AC plus CB. Okay? So how do we write the answer? We write AB is equal to AC plus CB. That is AC here was 7 centimeter and CB also I have got 7 centimeter. So the total comes to be 14 centimeter and we had measured the line segment AB, that was also 14 centimeter. That means what was asked to prove is correct. That is AB is equal to AC plus CB. Now we go for the fourth question, which reads, if A, B and C are 3 points on a line such that AB is equal to 5, BC is equal to 3 centimeter and AC is equal to 8 centimeter, which one of the following lies between the other two? So from this question what you have to see is, you have to see which of the line segment is greater. Now which line segment is greater? You can see the length which is greater here. AC is 8 centimeter. So I will draw a line segment of length 8 centimeter. and the name of the line segment having length 8 centimeter is AC. So AC will be 8 centimeter. Now what you have to do is A, B and C. There is another point, that is B, which is on the line segment AC such that AB is equal to 5 centimeter. Now I have to keep the ruler again on AB, the 0 at A, and mark such that where your point B should lie, it should lie at 5 centimeter. So now the length, if you measure the remaining part, BC will be 3 centimeter. So AB measuring 5 centimeter and BC measuring 3 centimeter, and the total line segment AC, which was 8 centimeter. That is, after drawing the figure or before itself you can say, because the longest line segment was AC having length 8 centimeter. So which is the point which is lying between them? It is the point B that is lying between. It is not midpoint, but it is a point that is lying between A and C. Now let us see the fifth question of your exercise, which reads, verify whether D is the midpoint of AG. You can see on your screen a line has been made and some marking has been done, in which starts from 0 and the marking is shown till 7, and the corresponding marking you can see, that is 1 has been written as A, 2 as B, 3 as C and so on, and 7 as G. And the question is, it is asked whether D is the midpoint of the given line that is A, G. Whether D is the midpoint of AG. Now if you see here, the measurement is not taken from, that is the representation is not taken from 0. So we will see the part, the line segment, that is AD. How much does AD represent? If you see, AD represents here 1, 2 and 3. So AD represents 3 units, because we have not taken in centimeter or any other, so we'll just write AD is equal to 3 units. Now take the remaining part, DG. DG also represents 3 units. That is, DG also represents 3 units. So what did you observe? AD is equal to DG, which shows that D is the midpoint of the given line segment AG. So we have verified that D is the midpoint of the given line segment AG. Clear? Now we go for the sixth question, which reads, B is the midpoint of AC. Everywhere the term midpoint is used. Remember, midpoint is a point on the line segment which is exactly equidistant from both the endpoints of the given line segment. So what is given here? B is the midpoint of AC. That means you have a line segment AC and if B is the midpoint of AC, exactly B will be the midpoint of AC, and C is the midpoint of BD. That means you have another part here where C will be the midpoint of BD. That means BC should be equal to BD. Where A, B and C and D lie on a straight line. You can see all the points are on the straight line, A, B, C and D. Let's understand the question once again. B is the midpoint of AC. If you take till AC, B is the midpoint and C is the midpoint of BD. This point C is the midpoint of BD. So now we have to say, we have to prove whether AB is equal to CD. Let us see whether AB is equal to CD. Now we will take the first line segment, that is AC. Okay. In AC, which is the midpoint that is given in the question? Which is the midpoint? B is the midpoint. So according to what we have learnt in midpoint, AB will be equal to BC. AB will be exactly equal to BC in the given line segment. Now in the next line segment BD, in the line segment BD, which is the midpoint? According to the question, it is C. The midpoint is C. That means here you will have BC which is equal to CD. BC will be equal to CD. Clear? Now you can see here two equations. Now if you compare these equations, you will see AB is equal to BC, and in the second equation you have seen BC is equal to CD. If you compare these equations, you will get the answer that is asked, that is you will get AB is equal to CD. So in question number 6, it is based on midpoint. So remember what I have taught in midpoint. Midpoint refers to the point which is exactly in the middle of the line segment, and if you measure from either of the endpoints, you will get the same measurement. Now we'll solve the 7th question of exercise 5.1, which reads, draw 5 triangles and measure their sides. Check in each case if the sum of the lengths of 2 sides is always less than the third side. Now what is a triangle? Triangle is a closed figure made up of 3 line segments. So you are asked to draw 5 triangles. I will give you an example of by drawing one triangle, and the other triangles you can draw and check whether the statement that is given in the question, that is sum of the lengths of 2 sides is always less than the third side, whether it is correct or not. Let us see the triangle that is made here. I am naming as A, B and C. Now we have to measure the lengths of the 3 sides of the triangle. What are the 3 sides? AB, BC and AC. Using a ruler, you are going to measure the length of AB, BC and AC. So when you measure AB, whatever the measurement comes in your scale, you are going to write here. Here it is 9 centimeter. BC is 8 centimeter and AC is 8.5 centimeter. Now you have to check what is asked. Sum of the length of 2 sides, whether it is less than the third side. So you can take any 2 sides, that is AB plus BC. Let us add and see. That is 9 plus 8, that is 17 centimeter. Now what is the third side? The third side here is AC, which is of length 8.5 centimeter. What do you observe? Is AB plus AC less than or greater than AC? That is the third side. You will observe that AB plus BC is greater than AC. Let us check with any other 2 sides. First I have taken AB and BC. Now let me take with BC. BC and AC. BC is 8 centimeter and AC is 8.5 centimeter. So when you add up, you get 16.5 centimeter. When you take BC and AC, what is the left out side that? It is AB. Now how much is AB? AB is 9 centimeter. Now when you compare the length of these 2 sides, BC and AC, and the third side, that is AB, what do you observe? You will find BC plus AC is greater than AB. This is one of the properties that you are going to learn about triangles in your higher classes, which says that when you add any 2 sides of a triangle, the sum will always be greater than the third side. So here the question was, if sum of the length of the 2 sides is always less? No. Therefore, the answer will be no. The sum of lengths of 2 sides will never be less than the third side. This you can try by making any triangles and measuring the three lengths and comparing the lengths. You will find always the sum of the length of two sides will always be greater than the third side. With this, we have completed exercise 5.1 of the lesson, Understanding Elementary Shapes. Hope you have understood whatever was taught in the first unit of the lesson, Understanding Elementary Shapes. We'll continue in the remaining classes, the remaining topics of the lesson. Till then, goodbye.